Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Donna with Caroline's Daughter. Today I'm taking part in a collaboration hosted by some amazing arts and crafters. Monica with Up All Night DIY, Dawn from Shabby Meets Bling, Jody at Southern Seasons, and Indiana Jones. Believe me when I say I'm fangirling. So I got this ceramic / porcelain figure at Goodwill in the spring, and I immediately was thinking witchy thoughts. To be honest, she kind of grossed me out. There are certain textures that I don't like to touch, and taking her hair off just about made me put her back in my stash. But I made it through, and I can't wait for you to see how she turns out. What did I get into for $1.49, 50% off at Goodwill? Oy, oy, oy. Yay! Bye-bye hair. So as you may have seen, her arms were really loose. The elastic was probably pretty old. So I am threading elastic through the little holes in her arms. And I'm not going to lie, I had to edit this a lot because I spent a good 5-6 minutes trying to get the elastic through the hole. And when I finally did, yay, it was exciting. So then I'll just thread the elastic through to the other side, then back through her body and attach it to the other piece of elastic so it's like a circle of elastic tied together. And then I just tuck the end in and it looks much better. So I took apart the bodice, and this is what it basically looks like when you lay it out. And these are sleeves. There's that bell shape that goes to the top of the arm. And this is the skirt. So I'm going to measure that and probably make a paper pattern. Here I doubled the fabric so that I would have twice the length of the skirt that was already on her. I wanted to have lots of poofiness and gathering around the waist. And here is where I should have realized that I cut along the selvage and it was going to be something that I would have to cover up. I don't know. I kind of work in the darkness, and so I must not have seen that. But you can see that raw edge on the bottom there. Oh well. What I'm doing to create a gather at the top of the skirt is I am sewing a line, a straight stitch, through the top twice, 2 different lines. And then what I'm going to do is take the bobbin thread that's on the bottom of each of those lines, and I'm going to pull them so that it gathers the skirt naturally with that thread. Just like that. First, I sewed down the length of the arm with the sewing machine, and then I stuck the arm or the sleeve into the bodice part, right sides together. I can never get that right. Sometimes I will sew a sleeve on completely wrong. But yeah, it's right sides together here, and it was so tiny I couldn't machine stitch it. I had to hand stitch it together, but you'll see it looks really cool. And now the gathered skirt is attached with pins to the bodice or the top of the dress, and I'm going to sew those together. And voila! The vinyl fabric that I have on the top, I got from Joann's, sadly, several years back for a costume. And the bottom part, the skirt, I don't know where you can find that because I got it from my sister-in-law when she was selling off things in a garage sale up in Oregon. She let me take that back. Right now, I am using a thrifted candlestick to make a circle for the witch's hat. I take the 2 pieces and I put them right sides together, sew them, and then you flip them inside out. She's looking so chic. You flip them inside out, and that is the brim of the hat. What I didn't get filmed was I made a half circle out of the same fabric, folded it together, and sewed down the straight sides, the cut sides of the half circle, and that formed the top of the hat, the cone. Then I glued it on at first and cut a hole in the bottom of the brim circle, and then I eventually sewed it. Now here you'll see that her makeup is different. I initially started trying to paint her makeup with acrylic paint, but it went on really thick, and so she had this caked on eyeshadow, and it looked pretty odd, and I wasn't very happy with it. So I went back later and tried to clean it up and found out that what worked really well was watercolor pencils. For some reason, they just go on great, and then I just sprayed her face with some sealant, a polyurethane sealant, I think. These are cute little nail charms that I got on Amazon. I have them in pink and red, and then I got another one for this project in black and more gothic Halloween style. So we have some yarn left over from an Afghan that my mother-in-law made for my husband, which it's funny because in our dark house, this looks brown to me, all the colors together in a crocheted Afghan. And so I call it his brown blanket, and he gets so mad because look at all the gorgeous colors in there. There's red, there's orange, I think there might even be blue. So yeah, he's right, but I still call it his brown blanket because sometimes we just do things like that to annoy our spouses. I realized she needed a small touch up on her lipstick, so I got out my cherry picked from DIY, which you would not think of for doing makeup on a doll's face, but look at that color. It's gorgeous. Here I'm using a trick that I saw Lynn from L&J Goods do a couple of times to hold these little bits still so that you can paint them. I'm applying a metallic paint in a kind of magenta and violet to the flowers to make their edges show up more, to make them pop. It's time to deal with that selvage end. I'm going to hem it, and then after that I'm going to add a small peekaboo layer of black lace underneath. These pieces are from the black nail charms that I recently got. I think they're so cute. And there she is, all finished. I think she's so beautiful. I made her a broom out of a flower pick and some jute and some string, and then I used tea candles and fairy lights and foam clay to make a cauldron. Thank you very much, Monica, for teaching me about foam clay. But I bow to you, you're the master. I just think that she is so pretty and this project is so cute and it was a lot of fun. I'm so glad that you guys joined me to watch this video, and I hope that you watch all of the other amazing creatives that are taking part in this collaboration. You can see them in the playlist down below in my description. And thank you again. Please like, please share, and please subscribe.